in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Check, 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 check. Kill, kill, kill.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
55. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Winston on 3rd and 2. It's caught. Jones. A big pickup there. 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. 3rd down, here's Haskins. Jordan Reed has it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry for Darius Geis. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. You get it. You get it, check it out, Reed. 36, 36.
It's Geis on the counter. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And the Redskins first down.
Here we go. Time to end it. Check 45 the ball. Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. He gets it to Sims, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
First down, Washington.
We're scoreless after one. The Redskins with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Second and 10 now. Haskins And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Redskins 7, Buccaneers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's second down.
It's now second and 10.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. To throw again on second down. Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Geis. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins, and this one complete to Reed. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He gets it in the hands of Geis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a run with Geis. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. And that's complete. It's Sims. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's put that team on the puck. Sled.
On the ground, Geis. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
I got you. No.
Again, Geis. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum? And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Ready? Blue 80. Watch it, big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
1st down, Winston. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On second down, Winston again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Reuben Foster picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
We got this.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Guys showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Tight right. Alert. 3 down. Slam.
This is Geis, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? It looks like they're ready to.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They go play action here on 1st down. Letting one go deep for the... And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check 24, check 24.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Open man here, Sims complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down.
And a Redskin 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The throw taken in by Sims. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Haskins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready? Ready. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Winston
connecting with Howard. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
On the ready. 45, Mike, 45.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Cut. Check three.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. Oh, he shifts. Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On play action, Winston. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Winston now. That's caught by Howard. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
First and 10 at the 27.
Winston now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 29-yard line.
Ready, flag 22. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
On second and 12, Winston. Jones has it. And down inside the 15 he goes. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 13-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Ready, flag 25. Hey, pick it up, D. Green, triple team.
From the red zone now, Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that'll bring up second down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. gets a chance to get after the quarterback, it's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
Single, 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 single.
Here's Haskins. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. Third down here. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back him up halfway. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. Here's Geis. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in? Or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Second and 6 at the 27-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Jameis to throw it. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Winston. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Let's go.
At their own 39-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And this one complete to Reed. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Back to throw. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Back to throw. And that's complete. It's Sims. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They'll come out in the pistol. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
45, 45. Mike, 45. Stay with your man. 45, 45, Mike, 45. I know he ain't got it. Truck. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Defense wins championships, baby.
Haskins to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Buccaneers, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.